Hey guys, right now I'm looking at Hook, which I actually wasn't so interested in until I saw the 5-minute crawling back higher above the former 5-minute, and then I actually went for this VWAP break, and that actually ended up working. Very small size, only 2,000 shares. Still watching it here, and I like the fact that 1.6 is a really big support zone as well, because that 180 SMA crawling into that 1.6 zone. So let's keep a close eye on this one. The pullbacks can be quite aggressive on it for sure, so I just want to be very mindful of that. We've already had a 24% pullback, which is absolutely wicked. It is a 60% runner though, so there is definitely opportunities here. What I'm going to be looking for is maybe a move back to 167, but right now we're still above the former 5-minute candle, so it's very bullish here. I'm just going to keep watching this one. I could have re-entered, but to be honest, I was kind of busy setting up the stream, which is no excuse, but just the situation. 7:10 right now, so we are fresh in this new 5-minute candle. This could be a bigger pullback. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 7-8 plus percent. So again, you want to be a little bit careful here on these tickers. I'm going to put a limit order at 66 already, just in case we get a quicker move. We got VWAP as support right underneath. So boom, this area held 67. All right, so there is support here on this one. 67. I don't think I would have got filled there at 67. Only a few orders actually did go through. I'm going to keep watching this one. I don't really want to chase this ticker in these zones. I think a lot of people are going to be taking a little bit of profits here. Maybe we'll see that break quickly of 174, but there's definitely some sellers in this ticker without a question. Move my limit order down so I don't do the same trade twice. We had a former high of $2 exactly. Here we go. This might be the extended pullback I was looking for. Look at those buyers at 165. Crazy amount of buyers there. Well, let's see if we get a break 167. That's what I'm really looking for here. Very strong. Long 3,000 shares, nothing too crazy. Looking for that break of 1.8. Getting a light move here. I want to see a solid break of 1.8 though. This could be a good move. We are back above the new 5-minute high right now, technically, in a way. A little weak there. Looking for that move over 1.8 again, buying a little high here. I want to see that 174 really get chipped away here. Stopping out. A little bit hairy here. It should have broke out. I'd be careful that we're going to see maybe another move down to 167. There's a lot of risk on this ticker. $170. Ooh, I just got bit by a mosquito. 171. Support coming in. Doji on the 5-minute. Another minute on this 5-minute candle. Volume coming back up again. I'm wondering if we're going to break out right now. This could be a good move. I'm watching 174. Huge sell order that just disappeared on 174. Maybe it's still there and it's hidden. Looking for 174 to really break with volume. Doji on the 5 minute. Let's see what kind of support we get if this holds. New 5 minute candle in 15 seconds. It's a little top heavy, this ticker. This could stop people out. Still holding really well. Next support is really like 165 or so, so I'm not getting super aggressive here. $172. Here we go. Getting a little bit more action right now. Volume faded quite a bit, which can be fine on pullbacks. Buying here at 173. Looking for that quick pop, but I'm not sure if we're going to get it. A little bit of resistance getting chipped there. Small size. It's taking too long to break out. I'm actually going to stop out of this one. Maybe we are going to get a move. Looking for that. I'm totally fine buying higher. But when you don't get that quick resolution, sometimes you get stuck in really nasty situations. I've been really stalling out here. Gave back a little bit off the highs so far. 174 big sellers. Maybe we're going to see it fake out to the downside first. Looking for a 173 to break out. And then ideally over 174. There's 173 getting chipped away, but no real big buyers here, just kind of sellers trying to let the bid come up is what it feels like. And that's why I'm not super crazy about entering on this one just yet. Here we go, pulling back a bit more. There's 170 getting chipped. A lot of people on that bid right there. Let's see how well it holds. Let's see here, 174, 170. I like the fact that buyers came in. Held again. Oops. Looking for the break over 1.8. Stopping out. Possible re-entry at 168. Re-entered here at 167. Buying higher at 170, looking for that move over 180. Five minutes still holding. We got 9 EMA support on the 1 minute. Looking for that possible rip over 180. A little bit aggressive, but that's fine. Volume could be greater. It's maybe the only thing that I'm not loving on this ticker at the moment. Still a little bit slow here. Here we go. Some buyers just came in for once. Let's see if that pop over 180. 175. I think we could see a quick move on this one, so we're still not on a new 5-minute high though. So this is a little bit of a ranging ticker here, but it seemed to find a little bit of support as well. You can see the bid constantly crawling higher. That's a really good sign. Unfortunately, stopping out there. 925. Re-entry, looking for that break again. And unfortunately, I stopped out right before. Really, it's a bit of a stall fest, this ticker. It's not the kind of resolution I'm usually looking for. Stopped out again. It's a bit unfortunate, to be honest. How's everything looking on the stream? I guess I'm getting an error message on YouTube, but to be honest, everything looks totally fine on my end, so I'm not really sure if there's an issue or not. It's very confusing. I've been getting these error messages almost every time lately, so I really don't know what's going on. So a little unfortunate there that we didn't get any follow through. I was really hoping that we were going to get a bigger push. You know, this was a really good 5-minute setup, looking for that, you know, possible break. Technically, it was a 6% move. I probably should have just taken profits and then rebought. But I really thought, I'm not going to lie, I really thought we were going to push through 1.8 real fast. Now the trade, unfortunately, is more or less over, and I'm not sure if there's anything else happening. Thanks, Gnobben, for letting me know the stream is fine. Again, I'm not sure. It's just getting a straight up constant error message. I can even show you guys what it looks like. It just says error, 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 poor status. I'm sending well over 5,000 KBS, so I really don't know what this situation is. All right, well, that pretty much, I think, wraps up the first trading session in a way. So this is always what I call, you know, if you nail one front side move. So I didn't really nail this one, mostly because there wasn't a real front side move here. I made most of my profits on this first trade that I did right before I was able to go on the stream. But yeah, technically this would be a front side move. I was obviously hoping that we would see maybe move to 2-2 or so. That would have been, you know, a nice 30%. That would have been a really nice front side. But I feel like in today's market, you just don't really get stuff like that. So maybe like a handful of times every month you'll get a move like that at best. So that's, you know, kind of what I'm hoping for, trading for, because you just get one of those and it'll make your whole entire month. Nice work, Glenn. Oh, that was a serious mosquito bite. I think I'm gonna put some socks on. The problem is it's really hot, so it's like a bit of a compromise. Either get bit by mosquitoes or sweat really hard, or both. All right, hook making a bit of a hammer candle here on the 5-minute. It almost feels like it wants to try again. I'm not really a fan of these tickers that are just a little bit slower. So I think if I did trade this one, it would be a little bit more in anticipation as opposed to trading a breakout. So we'll see what we do. Technically it's very strong right now with that 5-minute over the former. I'm gonna go here for an entry over 176. I wanna see quick resolution here. A lot of sellers there at 177. Let's see if we can get that push. Look at those buyers stacking up. Wow. I don't trust this for a second. That order there. That's too many sellers on this one. All right. They're still getting chipped away though. Look at that, 177. Buyers back here. So hard to say what's gonna happen. We're having a bit of a price war right now. I don't like how the 5 minutes just kind of floating here in this no man's land. More downside risk in my eyes than a real break of 178 upside potential. We'll see what we actually end up getting on it. $176 pulling back now. Yeah, it wasn't really super stoking here. It's right back at it again too. Tough. I think this is one of those areas that you can just constantly give back profits on. So be really careful trading here. I just don't even know if it's remotely worth it. Unless we get maybe a little bit more of a setup, either on the 5 minute or the 1 minute or something like that. Unfortunately, 180 is really proving to be a tough spot. All right, for now I'm gonna pause and I'll come back when I see a good setup. All right, we just hit 181, new high there. This could push, new 5-minute breakout. Stopping out right away. Too many sell orders popped up. I like the volume though. Buying again here. Let's see what kind of continuation we get. Unfortunately, I'm using still small size. I gotta stop out again. Get back. Yeah, it's tough. Very tough spot to trade right here. Because this ticker pops up and pulls back so much, and then I just had two failed breakouts or two failed continuations here at 181, 182. And if you actually want to get into this one in time, you got to buy the ask. But luckily, just small scratches there. First pullback. Didn't get filled, small bounce, would have probably taken some profits. Let's see if we get another pullback. It's a tough ticker because we're kind of riding down this 5-minute candle right now. Not to mention the MACD's going down as well. So it's not a beauty by any means. If the MACD flatlines a little bit more, around 50%, I would be maybe more inclined to trade. Nobin says sound is so weird. Interesting. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. I could speed up the slow mode a little bit here. I'm just gonna make it 5 seconds, which should be plenty. It's always exhausting when you have some scammer come in and post like a ridiculous amount back to back. Then you gotta delete it all. Hook moving up, but again, still not that interesting. What was weird about it? Maybe when I move too far away, it just starts sounding lighter and lighter. I don't know. Man, you could really see how hot it is here just looking at my face. I'm freaking sweating out every pore right now. Distortion, interesting. Possible break here. We're hitting a new one, new high here at 183. New short-term high. So we were at 181. And then we were at 182 lightly. Pulled back. It's just like barely inching. This is what we call a grinder right here. These are very tricky to trade in these ranges, and I just don't really see the worth in trading this one right now. I just feel like it'd be hard for me to get aggressive. It would also be hard for me to manage my risk properly because I'd probably end up getting, death by 1,000 cuts. So I'm just not so crazy about it. So really quickly, here's the problem right now with hook. Technically, we're having a 5-minute breakout right here. You would think to yourself, hey, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe this is going to be a breakout. Problem is, this is a very linear line on the MACD going down. Does not look good. That's not good. Typically, like I said, somewhere in this area, I said it, I'd want to see hook really start flatlining here on the MACD. We're just not seeing that. This lower chop volume, it's okay. I mean, it's always a mixed bag. Ideally, I want to see like consistent volume, consistent. We're making a clean front side. So we're kind of stuck in this range here, and it's really tricky to trade a ticker like this. Maybe we're going to have a bit of a flat top breakout here at like 182, 183, and we're going to have a quick rip to like 190, maybe $2. But it's very hard to trade it because, you know, it might just look like something like this at best, potentially. So, and that's if it does happen. So I don't know. I'm just not really convinced about hook. I don't want to over focus on a ticker and start seeing things that aren't there. So that's why I always get away from the computer, and I would definitely urge other people to do the same, especially if you're trading pre-market, because pre-market can be very slow. If you're only trading from, let's say, let's just say like 9:15, getting ready for the market open, and then you trade from like 9:30 to 10, maybe 10:30. You can be a lot more glued to your screen for that hour. I still make the bulk of my profits pre-market, so I don't want to give up trading pre-market. But what I've learned is don't be over focused on these tickers pre-market, because you will start seeing patterns that just aren't there. It's like looking at the clouds. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm just gonna go through some of these tickers. Let's see. APTX, I mean, hook, trying here, bump back above VWAP, a little bit of volume. Not crazy about it. We'll see what we do. We have AMPX being called out in the Discord. This ticker, volume's just too light for me personally. I don't think I can trade it. Let's go to the SPY and just kind of see what this one's up to, our index. Quick little sell-off here. What just came out? So the jobless claim came out at 8:30. Uh-oh. Truss, UK's Prime Minister, it looks like she might resign. More instability, the markets don't like that, although she wasn't really doing a great job. She was a bit all over the place. Not exactly what you want from a leader. So maybe it's for the best. Yeah, so still very slow. Again, these are the markets where you just kind of want to be really patient and let the trades come to you. We'll probably get another few setups, but you don't want to waste all your energy on low quality setups and kind of drive yourself insane. So patience is key. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So it's almost 9 o'clock here. Usually this is when I start, just kind of scouring the market again. And since I don't have my standing table here, I literally am just kind of walking around trying to get as much stretches in as possible. Otherwise, I'm sitting too much. But basically, the only thing that looks interesting at the moment, actually Hook just popped up, but Ampx could be some opportunity. I have it on my second screen. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm not crazy about it. Coming up to almost a double top on the 5 minutes, so keep an eye on for that. Let's see here, 1130 areas, a lot of resistance on this ticker. Let's go back to Hook. It just popped. Decent little volume there. It's not a beautiful ticker though. Little breakout candle. Mosquitoes are a little ferocious right now. Watching Ampx on my second screen. There's some fat orders on Hook, but for some reason this ticker just does not budge. It's very weird. So whatever you do, don't buy this one too high. So far it's holding the 4 or 5 minute. Nah, it just kind of broke there. I think this 176 is going to get chipped away. If the sell-off after the break of 176, if it happens, if the sell-off is too strong, it could be a good buy spot, but we'll see. Yeah, so there you see it. Now the ask is starting to fill up again here at 176 or 177. Again, I would not be surprised if 176 broke down. So I don't really see a reason to get super aggressive on this ticker. Only thing I would say is, let's say the 9E breaks and holds, there could be a quick recovery, but it's pulling teeth on these tickers. So that's why the only trading I did today was from 7:08 or so till about 7:35, and honestly after that I could have just went ahead and called it, which part of me actually, now that I think about it, I probably should have done. I will probably do that though tomorrow. So if something like that happens Monday, or something like that happens on a Friday, especially right now that I'm in Spain and it's hard for me to work for longer periods of time because of the heat and because I don't have a standing desk and etc. And I'm also a little sick. Yeah, I'd rather just end it early on the days that aren't my home run days. Polnick says, Mr. Fashion, you're trading your boxers. I haven't traded my boxers in a long time, but that's just because Berlin's so cold. Actually, in the summertime, I think I did a few times, but I'll usually put on a shirt just because I'm streaming. There's only been a few moments where I didn't have a shirt on just because I just ran and got here just in time. I think I was like fresh out of the shower or something. Oh man, Nate. Mosquitoes everywhere. Yeah, so hook, I mean, it's almost painful having this thing on my screen because it's just such a lagger. Ampx, so I also wasn't super excited about this one. We had that last little pop here, last little moment. But it didn't really amount to anything. Jack's wondering if I look at level 2. Technically, this is level 2, the price ladder. I don't do the classic side-by-side one with the bid and the ask, just because I have like limited real estate on the way I have my TOS set up, and I actually prefer to have a longer ladder. When I had both, I actually found myself just looking at one anyway, so I didn't find myself really benefiting from having both options, if that makes sense. Nice. Good to hear. Go Explore. Also, most of my focus is usually on the 5 minute and the 1 minute. However, I do gotta say, if I'm not looking at the order book here, the active trader ladder, I'm usually not very focused. So I definitely need to be like an iguana a little bit. Just one eye pretty much always has to be on the level 2 to some extent. TTOO being called out from Mason. Mason, you've been calling out a lot of stocks. Are you on Zendu? I feel like I get more calls out from Mason than I find myself. Because by the time they pop up on TOS, it's usually a bit too late. So small pop here, 20% or so. Gave most of that back right away, and then try to crawl up again. Still stuck below VWAP. I'm not seeing a setup yet myself, but you know that 100 volume there isn't too bad. 130 even. It's nice to see that. Technically the volume's there, the MACD's there. Tough thing about this ticker is just the fact that it stalled out so hard. Now, I guess this ticker had a lot of reverse splits because none of my lines make absolutely any sense on this ticker. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove a bunch of them. Actually, I'm just going to remove all of them. It's crazy because everything now is just readjusted, and since it's such a long time frame, let's just go, or such a long chart, let's start on the weekly. If it's too much for the screen, I just zoom out a little bit more. All right, I don't even have to go that high. No chance we're going to be there anytime soon. 1007, we got more resistance right around here at like 14, maybe even the highs there at 15 make a little bit more sense. Let's go to the 4 hour. We got interesting zones around 7.5, quite a floor, and then another floor right around here at 5. psychological zone. 450 is always important to keep in mind. 3.7, and we're getting into quarter and $half territories on this ticker. So here's a big resistance on this one at around $2. Polnex is pretty sure Mason is Zendu. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, Jack. I mean, whatever makes sense to you. I know for me, I probably had both for over a year. Something around a year. But at one point I was like, wait, why? I'm not even super focused on. I mean, you can only be focused so much at once, and I feel like I already have way too much on my charts, or not even necessarily way too much, but if I feel like some of my best trades, like for example, here pre-market, like in this move, I was not looking at VWAP or MACD at all. I was barely even focusing on the volume. All I was looking for here was the fact that right now we're having 5-minute pullback, and this 5-minute candle was holding below or holding above the close of this one. And that was a very bullish sign, and that's why I was getting aggressive here. So usually it just comes down to one thing. And I mean, technically, if you just had a level 2, it would pretty much be showing you the same information. So and you could just pick one you prefer more, I guess. Pick something and try to master it is really the name of the game when it comes to trading. $9.10. A little less than 20 minutes before the market opens. I would love to see some action, but still doesn't really feel like we're going to get anything. Let's just go to TTOO again. Why am I so zoomed out? Or yeah, so this one didn't really amount to anything either. I could go for a cake right now. What kind of cake? Like a plum streusel. I don't even know how to say these things in English. Streusel? Eine Pflaume Strusel Kuchen. That sounds real nice. Eine Pflaumenstreusel. Alright. So, still nothing really going on. I think I'm going to pause it again before I go insane. Again, just got to get my walking in because I don't have my standing desk here. And it's hot, so I just got to cool off, or else I'm just going to get agitated sitting here looking at these tickers. So I'll be back when something pops up, and definitely before the market opens. All right, 9:24, 30 seconds. Let's get ready for some market open action, huh? If that's what we're gonna get, hopefully. I'm watching Ampx right now on my second screen. It's crawling higher. I'll pull it up here on the main screen. You know, $12 was yesterday's almost high. This is just the general resistance area of this one we want to map out. Again, somewhere right here around 15. Definitely good to keep an eye on that zone. I'm already going to put time of force day, sort by biggest dollar volume. This is where we were looking at it earlier, then got stuck below VWAP, popped back up. This little pullback right here, this is like at 922. This could have been worth trading, I think. We did have a nice little 3% pop there. That could have been something. So that was maybe one of my main missed moves so far, if at all, but that's fine. I'm not trying to get every little 2% scalp pop. Trying to keep a bird's eye view here for the good general setups. At the moment, I still don't see any. Another 3.5 minutes before the market opens. I'll be looking at mostly small caps today, maybe some large caps because it looks like a little bit of a base maybe coming in. SPY is kind of making a bit of a rounded bottom around 366. Bitcoin had a low at 18,900 recently and popped right back up. So it's really making a nice first stare. And we might start seeing some continuation on BTC. So let me just show you guys what that looks like. On the 5 minute, really good to see that. Actually, you know what? We could probably even go to the 15 minute and maybe even to the 1 minute. But, you know, this one's really been stuck the greater part of this year. Right here in some really big support around $19,000 and $20,000. We had that flash sell off here, but it popped right back above. Now it's holding. So if you only look at this area, it does feel like a little bit of a first stare, and maybe we're gonna be able to make that second stare. So that's what I'd be looking for Bitcoin. That's why I think some of these other cryptocurrency plays are kind of interesting. Also, similar situation with SPY. We had that capitulation, but we crawled right back up. So this could be a nice little rebound area. Big sell-off here, rebound, pull back. Maybe we're going to make around a bottom. Maybe it's going to be another sell-off till around here, 70.57, before we start crawling back up again. It's hard to say. Anything can happen, but definitely feels like we hit a little bit of somewhat of a temporary bottom. I'm not sure if we're going to get more action out of Hook. There's a lot of volume to trade at pre-market. So for me, it's either Hook or Ampx, maybe TTOO as well, but TTOO is has a bit awkward price action, so I'm not crazy about it. I guess I'll pull it up quickly for reference. Kind of trending below VWAP here, very awkward price action with volume, so I'm just not crazy about it. Oh, I really missed my standing desk. Ampx. Alright guys, good luck everyone. watching Hook and Ampx on my second screen and my main screen. Not crazy interested about large caps just yet, but I might switch over to them like I did yesterday as well. Ampx 5-minute breakout, Hook 5-minute breakout. Ampx gave back a bit there. Let's go back to Hook and focus on this one. Wow, this one's got just the most crazy moves. Really nice possible setup on Ampx. Look at that bid coming in here, 171. That ask is quite high, gets very quickly chipped away, but then there's always that other ask. And then there's gonna be the next one. Boom, you see that? There was the next one. That's been the problem with Hook. Every time it tries to run, there's those massive amounts of sellers in this ticker, and looks like the buyers basically gave up there. We might be breaking below 160. Tough. It did actually end up holding again, but there's just a massive fight with Ampx. It seems like can't really pick a direction right now. Maybe once it does break in whatever direction, there's going to be a continuation move. But right now it's not for me. Ampx broke. Doesn't look great either. Hook broke as well. Large cap's trending higher. Yesterday I had some flow with AMD. Might be worth trading again here. Right now it's doing a big move. Yesterday I traded with 400 shares. It's a big pullback right there. It's not what you really want to be seeing. Hook back at it again. Price action across the board is hard for me to really want to jump on anything at the moment. Choppy stuff. TTOO basically has not budged from its seat. Here we go. Hook back above VWAP after a very rambunctious open. Wow, this one's slamming on both sides. Small size potentially on 171. Looking for that pop over 176. See if we can start seeing some new highs. Not crazy about buying this one on a breakout, to be honest. I would only be trading this one with very small size until I see a little bit more consistency with my entries, with the price action, so on and so forth. I don't really think I'm going to get filled here unless we get another big wick. There's constantly just those big sellers kind of spoofing. I'm just going to remove my limit order for now. There's no need to try to get, you know, a little unnecessary fill. We got coin running up, actually very strong push on coin. Good to see that. TDOO selling off. Ampx selling off. Hook still holding. So maybe we'll get more power on this one. All quiet on the trading front. I would have got filled on hook if I left my limit order, and I would have closed it for a red trade. So I didn't see the setup I like, I didn't get filled, and I removed my limit order. So you got to see that whole thought process just now. Come on, baby. What are we gonna get? Let's pull back AMD and see how this one actually performed. So this one did hold the pullback, but I gotta say that is a really hectic flag pattern here, if that's even what you want to call it. A bit of a pennant. I actually find pennants to be just absolutely horrendous setups. They're really not for me. So I find them to be just really inconsistent. So what I would have done here was probably just buy around the 57, 55, just because general support. I would have been slightly red and then slightly green, and I would have probably just closed it. Maybe I would have stopped out too early. It's hard to say. It's just chop and not a lot of conviction. Not like yesterday where it was a real A+ setup. Might actually make a short out of yesterday's trade. Yeah, carry. That was good. Although look at this, boom. If I held and did not cut losses, which would have been the wrong thing to do, I actually would have made money again. So that's kind of the market we're in right now. You might be getting rewarded for breaking rules, getting rewarded for, you know, having sloppy risk management. But that won't last very long. You might get lucky once or twice. Could really go for like a steak right now. Although that would definitely put me out of action with this heat. Whew. AMD going for a breakout here. AMD would be probably much better just to kind of swing trade. It's down 65% at this point. We have such big support here. I mean, if it doesn't do even just a little bit of a dead cat bounce, I would be very confused. So I think if we get a break on AMD over the next few days, maybe like a little fake out sell off here, I think we can get a real nice rebound. I just don't know with the earnings coming up. So if we get like a move up before earnings, I wouldn't be surprised if it crashed. But if we get a move down before earnings, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a jump. But honestly, I'm more interested in just accumulating some of these stocks before a swing trades, just because everything is so sold off. There's going to be a 20-30% rally in the next weeks or so. Corey calling out INDO. Yeah. My problem with INDO right out of the gate is the fact that it's got some, you know, like this 100,000 shares being traded per minute. I mean, that's sometimes volume that you get a little bit excited about pre-market, but after the market open, that's very light. Try it saying AMD long. Maybe again, but it's hard to say. I think one of the problems looking at AMD and why I'm not super crazy about it, you know, yesterday we just had a really good 5-minute setup. We broke out, pulled back, big support of 57.50. I bought, and I was looking for the 58 breakout. We got the breakout, and I started taking profits into that move. You know, I was not ready for this additional run, but now if you look back, we kind of had a break, sell off, break, sell off, break, sell off. I'm not sure if we're going to get much continuation out of this one. Technically, though, you know, we had a nice little breakout here with some pullbacks, just a little choppy. But I'm not super bullish right now by any means. Nice pop there. So yeah, try it. I guess could have worked. Question is, when do you take profits? Nice to see that volume. Still watching Hook, not a lot of action. AMD looking like the best at the moment. Don't really see any other tickers really worth trading at the moment. Very light, crazy. Tarpon is saying AGFY moved up. AGFY. Sometimes when you copy and paste tickers, it doesn't work. So probably because it tries to copy and paste a bunch of other things. Some HTML or CSS or something like that. So 18% on AGFY, not bad. Overall backside on the daily with a lot of resistance above. This one's going to have a really hard time breaking over that 180 SMA trend here on the 5-minute. Good luck. AMD still punching it. INDO trying, but the volume's light on it. Man, I wish something was screaming, Alex, trade me. Man, I could have been done trading 2 hours ago. One-minute pullback on AMD on overall 5-minute breakout, new 5-minute coming in 20 seconds. Could be an interesting opportunity. If the 9 EMA breaks, that would be the problem. Hook totally pooped the bed. It might be worth sticking around till about 10:15 or so. Nice move on AMD, still pushing here over 58.5. Good to see that. Kind of interesting to watch a large cap every now and then, just since I primarily don't do it. So yesterday, we actually ended up pushing pretty aggressively on this ticker until we really came to some big resistance around 59. Right now, we're actually really close to that resistance again. And once we had that breakout, this ticker really just kept running very, very fast. And it wasn't until we broke the 9 EMA I actually started that downtrend, which pretty much just gave it right back again. So right now, similar situation where, you know, we're just pumping up here, over and over and over again. We're really close to that 59. So we're going to be coming into that same resistance right here. These are hectic tickers. I'm surprised it's even on the NASDAQ. Probably get delisted soon. Yeah, it's approaching. Actually, it should be way past. Should only have 6 months of compliance. I'm surprised it's still on the NASDAQ. Maybe it's gonna have a reverse split soon here, but I'm not sure why it's still here. Quick little pop. My scanner doesn't even scan for stickers that are below 50 cents. I'm not interested. If there was a trend where we saw, you know, these like sub dollars start popping up over and over and over again on the NASDAQ, I would probably start trading them. But you know, once in a blue moon, sub 50 cents, just can't really get myself to want to trade those. I think half of being a trader is just being picky and waiting for your setup. And it's really easy to start doing a bunch of different stuff in a market like this. So all I'm doing right now is just kind of looking and observing. If I see something good, especially like a new ticker, small cap, I'll jump in it right away. But until I do see that, I tend to just kind of really try to figure off the trigger. Another sub-dollar here, FNHC. Something to really be aware of on this ticker, which is a major red flag, is the extremely, extremely low relative volume on FNHC on the daily. This might have a really hard time getting past this resistance zone, roughly around 83. So that's what would keep me at bay on this one at the moment. This might be trapping a lot of people here. Maybe we're going to get a break of 85 or 84, and then the pullback's going to fail or so. This is a ticker I would consider trading because it's a little bit closer to $1. But I'm still just not crazy about sub-dollars by the way they behave, like this kind of move that we just saw. It's hard for me to want to size into properly. So it looks like that was a little bit of a failed breakout so far. Now it's getting heavily rejected. Market's weak. When small caps are a little bit more on fire, this is usually my favorite time to be trading small caps. Not specifically time, but environment where the overall market isn't really doing so much. It's up or down, 0.5%, less than 0.5%. I feel like that's when a lot of attention are on small caps, and you get these just beautiful moves, 100%, 200%, 300% gappers. But we're more in a large cap macro environment right now, so we're not really seeing that. AMD broke 59. Wow, look at that. FNHC held here, so there could be some good continuation on this one. Pretty impressive on AMD. Hopefully some of you guys nailed this one. Might be a little bit late to the party on AMD, but at the same time, could be some continuation here above the 59. Let's go ahead and map this one out a little bit more. So it's got a lot of resistance now with the 9 EMA, but we're over this day, which is good. Next major resistance zone at this point is going to be around 59.77 and 60. So let's keep an eye on the 60 zone. 5 minutes super extended for a large cap. So might see a bit of a bigger pullback. Did not make that many trades today. Could be an extended pullback if it goes below 59. New 5 minute coming up in 22 seconds. Looks like it's gonna break below 59, especially in this new 5-minute candle here. Look at that. Wow, just got saved in that last attempt to break through it. We could see a bounce here or move below 59. Personally, I would prefer a move below 59. Oh no, Bandit says Peggy's back. Stop it. Say it ain't so. INDO popping up again. It's really lacking that volume. That makes me want to get excited about it. If we just come back to hook here for a bit. This one totally capitulated on us. I gotta say though, pre-market we did have some exciting action on this right around in this area. I was really hoping we get another move to 193 and then maybe over $2. We could have really sunk our teeth into this one. I think we could have made a nice chunk of change. I was ready for it, but unfortunately it died out, so we weren't really able to walk away with anything too exciting. I did end up giving back a little bit off the highs as well. So oh, I just got bid twice in a row. Yeah, my first trade on this one was 3.7%. Actually pretty solid. And actually, this is the only ticker I traded today. So I'm up $253 today, which it's okay. It's pretty much my average for the summer. My average trading profit for the summer per day that I'm trading. It's not even that bad. I did give back some profits off the highs, so there is a little bit of that. I thought I had a second screen here. I'm still watching the tickers. I'd be happy to jump in on anything, but let's just see what I've been up to so far today. So in terms of day trading, I am up 248 after the $4.18 reg fees. So 248 is what you see. Is not what you see here. You see 253 here, which is what you see right here. But the reg fees come in on TOS or TD Ameritrade in your account statements or your transaction reports. Total winners here, 55%. Not that great, but my risk reward is pretty good. So I was just really quick to cut losses. This is actually a great 1 to 2 risk rewards. This is really what I want to be seeing. Biggest winner, much better than my biggest loser. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this one. But look at this, my biggest trade was $6.7 thousand. So I never really got to sizing today. Like I was ready to start sizing on hook. I was really ready to just start jumping on this ticker. So my second trade, I start sizing a little bit more, but then I start sizing down again because we get kind of stuck in this range. And I'm like, oh, that was it. The move is over. And I never really got to really see it blossom, which was a little depressing. So here you see it. I was up 293 at one point, but pretty much maintained. HKD called out by Gelato. You know, this ticker just doesn't want to die. I mean, it is dying totally, but it still gives us these like dozen dead cat bounces on the way down. What's up, Matt Dunn? I feel like have you been back yet recently? And you're from way back in the day. Like a lot of people here are actually. We were good old boys, never meaning no harm. All right, 10:01. I might go ahead and call it very soon here. I think I'm gonna keep watching till 10:15 or so. And if we see a little bit more action, I would be happy to jump on something. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap up. How you been in Discord? Is your name the same in the Discord? Sorry, I just screamed into the microphone. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it is. Matt Dunn, there you are. I see you. I see you. Yep. Okay. Nice. I wasn't going crazy. Oh boy, guys. Tomorrow I'm bringing socks. This is not okay. I got like at least a dozen bites on every foot. And then my hands are even worse. This is not okay. AMD pushing it, guys. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I don't have any FOMO, though, looking at AMD, just because it's not my kind of ticker. I think what I could have maybe done is gear up right here a little bit more, because this was holding. And you want to keep riding those front side trends as long as they're showing. It's actually a good sign that we broke here at 59. Really shows a little bit more strength in some of these large caps. So we got to see if we can break now above 59.88. That's really the next zone. We've had several tops in this area. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to break it. Everyone's looking at the 60 zone. Yeah, it's really taken off now, 59.70. Yeah, Darren, it definitely, I agree with you. This was the winner today and yesterday. Even Thursday last week, we had a pretty crazy move. Monday, there was some trading opportunities. I don't think I would have traded AMD, obviously, on Tuesday, because I don't short so much. But, you know, I do occasionally short large caps. I don't short small caps. So this could have actually been something for me, but it's just so outside of my usual go-to environment that it's also not something I'm crazy about either. I've been putting in a lot of time studying, and I'm just gonna keep waiting for those good setups that I'm studying so hard right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna confuse myself, and I don't want to do that. Take care, Mason. Yeah, I'm about to call it myself. Is there anything you guys would like to see more or less of? Let me know. I've been making a lot of changes on my social medias, on my YouTube channel, just things across the board. So if there is something you're looking for, I'd be, inclined to try it out, or make edits. I think basically once I'm back in Berlin, I probably won't be making so many more changes. Well, that's not true, but I'll be hitting the ground running again. This week was a little bit tough for me, being on the road and then also being sick. So I kind of took a little bit of off time. But I'm slowly starting to feel better. I'm not 100%. I'm probably like 70% right now. SPY starting to rip. Good to see that. And gotta give it to AMD for just being such a reckless ticker right now. I think this one would have had the team on the back if I traded it, which is fine. $96 billion market cap. It's crazy how much of a market cap a ticker like this had after pulling back so much. I really think overall these are really good times just to buy things across the board. I really don't think you can make so many mistakes right now. And then once we see that dead cat bounce either come to an end or really big resistance, just start taking profits and kind of look to do the same thing over and over again. So already a 6% move here on AMD from the lows. So we'll see how this area holds and then kind of go from there. I would be surprised if we'd had a new low at one point. But that's kind of what I'm looking for on all these setups here. So coin, similar situation. Let's go to the 4 hour. So we have a really nice floor on this one. Let's go even to the daily. Zoom in here a little bit more. Right around 40.83 we had the all-time low, and we've just constantly been trending up on this one. We are slightly breaking it here in this area, so this is going to be really interesting to see how it holds. Although, you know, you could argue 1,000 times. I'm not a big fan of horizontal lines. I mean, like trend lines so much, because like they're never really that perfect. At least when I draw them, I feel like, because I don't really draw these trend lines so much. But just, you know, overall, you kind of get my point. There's some really good support coming in on this one. So we'll see what happens if this holds. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here 5 minutes early, just because we got some big things coming in, and I'm gonna help my girlfriend's family unload in the car. So, all right, guys, that's all for this stream. Wait, actually, Gelato just asked a question. RBD been on the move in the last few days. Let's go check it out. RBT. Rubicon Technologies. To be honest, I don't know anything about this one, so no comment on it. But yeah, it looks like it found a really good base here. $129 million market cap. United Airlines. Let's see. Again, no feedback here, but you know, feel free to throw it in the Discord, in the swing trading or investment section, and then I'll be happy to check it out and have some discussions about it. We'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow for sure. And then what just kind of popped up here on the analyze, no, scan, alerts, coin, back, trending higher now again as well. All right, guys, I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.